is this? It's John Cena! John Cena! Oh my gosh! Number 30! This is unbelievable! You gotta be kidding me! Oh my God! Triple H's expression told the entire story. It's exploding! It's John Cena, the 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble match. And yes, indeed, this is just it.
And that was John Cena's great return at Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble, one of the most exciting times to be a WWE fan. It's my favorite match in all of WWE. It's this weekend, live from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm pumped. Walk, I know you're pumped. So, we're about to do our preview for NXT Takeover Phoenix and the Royal Rumble. I'm joined here by my co-host, Walk. Walk, how you doing?
Mike, I couldn't be doing better, man. Like you said, the Royal Rumble is a non-stop, adrenaline-fueled power trip that just never ceases to give and give and give every year, and I'm excited to get into it, as well as a stacked card for NXT TakeOver, so let's do it.
So, I actually read something pretty interesting the other day. I believe...
Oh, do tell.
The first Royal Rumble, it was... Vince McMahon wasn't a big fan. He said
Really?
It wouldn't work. No one's going to watch it. It's not going to be exciting. It was aired on the USA Network. Yeah, and Vince wasn't a fan of it. I'm trying to see who the original guy was that really pitched for it.
I can tell you who won.
Who was it?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh.
Look it up.
I can tell you who the first ever entrant was.
Oh, who was the first ever entrant?
Bret the Hitman Hart.
The Hitman?
Yeah. I was trying to see who pitched it.
Confused. Do you know? Okay. Well, Mike, while we're playing a little Royal Rumble trivia here, do you know who the first women eliminated from the Royal Rumble was?
Who was it? I don't remember.
God's greatest creation, Mandy Rose.
Oh, Mandy was the first. I do kind of remember that now.
She was also the first woman eliminated from the Women's Elimination Chamber ever. So
wow, she's pretty good at losing.
She's got the dubious honor of not only being the first woman eliminated from the Royal Rumble, but also the first woman ever eliminated from an elimination chamber. So
before I ask you one question, I wanted to say it was Pat Patterson who came up with the idea for the first ever Royal Rumble that aired on the USA Network.
Thank you, Pat.
Pat Patterson also came in, I believe, that day, and Vince came in. Hey, Pat, you got the order set for the Rumble? And Pat said, "What? No." He said, "Well, get to it, Pat. We got a show to run." And Pat Patterson, he came up with the whole thing. Thank you, Pat Patterson. And now we have one of the greatest spectacles in professional wrestling. Do you remember who my question was, do you remember who the first two entrants were last year in the Royal Rumble?
Yes, it was...
For the women's match, not the men's match.
The women's match, it was Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks.
Oh, okay. That's all. That was my question. I just couldn't remember. I'm glad you remembered. All right, with that, we got to get into TakeOver. We're doing TakeOver first. I'll let you lead the way here, so let's get into it.
All right, first up, we will do the non-title match between Matt Riddle and Cassius Ohno. It will be the penultimate tiebreaker, not even tiebreaker, just the penultimate match between the two. Riddle winning the previous two. The first one, the knockout in a record 6 seconds at TakeOver War Games. A couple of the what was that? Like last month, Mike?
War Games was Survivor Series, right?
Yes, yeah. So it would have been back then. You're right.
November.
So, and then Cassius Ohno delivering a heinous attack after Riddle's victory on NXT TV multiple weeks later. Mike, Riddle's too good. He's just too good. Cassius Ohno is he doesn't know what's coming to him. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't see any way Cassius Ohno wins this match. Matt Riddle, he's supposed to be the hot shot, next up and comer. He's supposed to be the future of the NXT division, I believe, right?
Yeah, they are booking him and positioning him to pretty much be the face of NXT going forward for about the next year so far, because he's got a pretty good... Him and Keith Lee have a pretty good alliance going, and they've also been booking Keith Lee pretty strong, save his one loss to Lars Sullivan before he left for, I don't know, to have anxiety attacks on the main roster or something like that. I don't know, but they've kind of positioned them to be two of the top guys together, so it should be interesting to see what happens to them, because I think Keith Lee could be a really, really good North American champ, mid-carder for NXT. and Riddle would obviously be a fantastic NXT champion. So
I really like Keith Lee. Matt Riddle, I'm going to put this out there. I could be your Leo Rush because I was just thinking of all the crazy ways I can say bro. I can say bromo, brosif, bromigo. I could just be his Leo Rush. I could be that guy. I think I do pretty good.
So, Mike, you would come out and deliver a promo on behalf of Matt Riddle, if you will?
Oh, I see what you said. A promo. I see. Yeah. The number one bro in the room,
I'm
Matt
proud of that.
Riddle.
I came up with that spot.
Oh, man, yeah. Matt Riddle's going to win this. I hope it's not a squash like it was at War Games. I doubt it will be. They're probably going to give him his first real big match.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a squash. He's had a couple of real matches. He had one against Punishment Martinez, and like I said, he had another one against Cassius Ohno that was a real match that was actually pretty decent. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't a go out of your way to watch it match, but it was not bad by any stretch of the word. It was actually probably, I dare to say it was good. It was a good match. But I think
that was bold, man. Calling a match good.
Huh?
Calling a match good. Easy there, Dave Meltzer.
No. Oof. I know, right? How dare I? I think they're both going to elevate their game a little bit for a pay-per-view, though. And I fully expect them to put on, not a show stealer, but definitely a match worthy of an NXT TakeOver event.
I'm excited. Well, yeah. It'll be a fun little match. Riddle will win. And I'm assuming about a 15 to 20 minute match.
Yeah, I'd say about 10 to 15. Maybe. Actually, I think you're right. I think in the 15 to 20 is probably appropriate. Yeah.
I'm going 10 to 15. You swayed me to 10 to 15.
Oh, well, okay. I guess we both have absolutely no moral compass whatsoever, and we'll just break under any sort of peer pressure.
We're just going to say 15 minutes. 15-minute match.
15 minutes. All right. That's the one time we can agree on. Sounds good. Let's move on. Let's go to Shayna Baszler, the NXT Women's Champion, defending her title against the hottest NXT Women's Superstar, the undefeated Bianca Belair. Mikey, there's no way Baszler retains her title. Belair is too hot. She's too good. She's got that hair. She cracks it like a whip. She's got the bumpinest theme music in all of WWE. There's no way she's losing.
I mean, the way you portray her, she make her seem like she's the next Asuka, someone like that. She's the Goldberg of the NXT Women's Division. She's good. I don't know. Baszler's just so fantastic. She plays this great role. She seems so unbeatable. I don't know if anyone's taking down Baszler. And I don't think they have a run. I don't know. I guess they'll keep Baszler. They'll probably do the Belair Baszler match again at, I think, the next takeover for WrestleMania.
That's what I'm saying. They're too good. They've never had a match together before, and Belair's just too damn good, dude. Baszler's only 2 losses have come to Kairi Sane, and Kairi Sane, guess where she is? Nowhere around the title picture. And guess what? Bianca Belair is here. She's here to take over the women's division. She is here to be the next NXT Women's Champion and take her undefeated streak on to WrestleMania.
Ooh. So you think she dethrones the champ and then wins and reclaims, defends her championship against Baszler at the WrestleMania weekend takeover?
Yeah, she's going to defend it successfully against Baszler on WrestleMania weekend. I agree. I think they put on a really good match here because they're both really, really good. And I think they put on an even better one at TakeOver. Where is it? New York? Yeah, TakeOver New York.
Jersey, New York, same thing.
Jersey, New York,
it's
whatever.
New York, but it's in Jersey. I don't actually know where TakeOver is. I know it's in New York, but I don't know where the venue is.
Yeah, I don't either. So, oh well. TakeOver Manhattan.
Okay, maybe. I don't know if that's true.
I don't
either. Is it in the it's definitely not in the Garden, is it?
No. You know what? Keep talking, Mike. I'm gonna look it up. Stats department's on it.
I was gonna say you look it up and you talk, but whatever. Okay. I'll keep talking. You're a big Bianca guy. I'm a big Baszler guy. I think Baszler's gonna win. I think she's gonna play some shenanigans. Maybe get some of the her little 4 horsewomen. Is that what they call it? The MMA 4 horsewomen?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna play some funky business. Cost a distraction, maybe a disqualification, and then we see a big match. It gathers all together, a culminating feud at WrestleMania weekend. We're gonna get like a no holds barred, maybe a last woman standing match, something like that, where Bianca Belair takes the title, and it just seems a little more special.
It's in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn again. So we will have NXT Takeover Brooklyn 5.
Oh, it's in Brooklyn? Wow.
I know. I actually kind of don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, where else are you gonna have it? I guess you can do it in the Coliseum in, I guess, Long Island. Is it Long Island or in Brooklyn now?
Have it in MSG for crying out loud.
MSG's too much money, I think.
Probably is, to be honest with you.
And they have like some crazy stuff if they ever run over. That's like an incredible amount of money. But anyway, maybe I don't know where the Devils play. Wherever the New Jersey Devils play, you could maybe have done it there.
You're going into shit I have no idea about. So I
guess Brooklyn's the best venue.
Probably is.
All right.
Let's move on. Next, we have the War Raiders challenge the Undisputed Era for their tag team titles. And Mike, I'm going to be honest with you. I think we see another title change hands.
You're going to say all titles change hands, I think, except for the championship.
I do not, actually. I do not have all titles changing hands.
All right, well, go ahead. Give me your reasoning here.
The Undisputed Era is 2-time tag team champions. They have held those titles for a combined fuck-ton amount of days. And I think they're getting close to a main roster call-up, if we're being honest with each other. Because Adam Cole hinted at the fact that all 4 of them will be draped in gold, championship gold, in 2019. But he didn't say where. He didn't specifically say NXT gold.
He didn't say AEW gold
they're
either.
about ready to get called up, if we're being honest with each other. I think they're a post-WrestleMania call-up, and I think they immediately start challenging for titles on either SmackDown Live or Monday Night Raw. And I think the War Raiders are the ones to take the title off them right now, and I could not agree more with the fact that the War Raiders should be the ones to do it, because the War Raiders could have some amazing feuds with the rest of the tag team division.
Who's after the War Raiders? Who do you think they feud with next?
Street Profits.
Street Profits?
Street Profits are amazing. I love the Street Profits.
Yeah. All right, I mean, do you think War Raiders, Street Profits, and Undisputed Era WrestleMania weekend?
Oh, a triple threat, if you will. I would love a triple threat WrestleMania weekend.
Okay. I'm just trying to piece together where everyone's going to go. Maybe we see Undisputed Era at Royal Rumble. We saw Adam Cole last year. Maybe we see the whole crew this year. Who knows?
Well, so at the greatest Royal Rumble, or whatever the fuck it's called, I hate to even legitimize it by mentioning it, but Roderick Strong made an entrance as a member of the Undisputed Era.
So we only need 2 more. 2 more guys have to make the entrances.
That's why I'm hesitant, though. I don't know if I'm hesitant to say that they're going to make another appearance. I'm really hesitant. They've already got 2 of them. They might be trying to get other superstars in. That's why I'm hesitant.
I don't think they're going to be there. I don't think so. I don't think it's their time just yet. I believe they'll be after WrestleMania call-up or whenever the next draft is.
I'm thinking after WrestleMania call-up. Okay. They're a shocker coming out of the woodworks.
I mean, they're ready. Everyone knows they're ready.
They are ready. Boom.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. We'll move on. Next, we will go to Ricochet, the North American champion, defending his title against the new Johnny Gargano, who will do whatever it takes to win, including, gasp, turning heel. Anyway, this is one I actually don't see changing hands. I do not see the North American title changing hands, and it is because I see Ricochet entering the Royal Rumble as the NXT champion, because I think it's going to be a way to kind of introduce him to the mainstream audience that doesn't watch NXT, because everyone just kind of knows him as the stupid highlight reel of, professional wrestling, which is not a bad thing. He does that really, really well, and he's amazing at it, but he's also a much better wrestler and has much more than just that to his arsenal. So I think he comes into the Royal Rumble and kind of has an Andrade Almas-esque type feel to him, like Andrade almost did last year, where he kind of came in and eliminated a good amount of people and had a really strong showing. I think Ricochet is the one to come in and do that this year.
Ricochet in the Royal Rumble. I do like your pick with Ricochet beating Gargano. I don't think Gargano's spot is... Well, maybe it is him defending that title. I don't know. I'm going to go against you here. I'm going to take Gargano winning, and then Ricochet comes back the next night. And he's ready for the main roster. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just talking here. I'm just making speculations. I'm guessing. I think Gargano does win, though. I think Gargano has more impact in the NXT right now, and they
He
would get
definitely
more.
does. So the best way I've heard it put so far is that Johnny Gargano has been to NXT Takeover, which Shawn Michaels was to WrestleMania. So
That's pretty good. That's a very nice comparison.
So his whole Johnny Takeover thing, I heard somewhere that wasn't even his idea, that someone else mentioned that to him, and he was like, oh, yeah, that's probably pretty cool. I should probably run with that. And so, I don't know if that's true or not. It could very well not be true, and he actually just came up with it himself. But I 100% think that he has been to NXT Takeover what Shawn Michaels was to WrestleMania, so I don't know if I see him leaving not anytime soon, I would say, but in the very near future, I don't see him leaving NXT.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would love to see him in the main roster eventually, but I don't know if it's his time yet. So
I don't know that it is either. I think with all the NXT call-ups that they just had, he deserves a spot when he gets called up that's going to be distinguished almost, and I don't think he's going to get it right now if he gets called up.
The best call-up for him is probably going to be an open challenge of some sort.
I think an open challenge where he wins is the best way to get him called up.
Yeah, that would make sense.
A mid-card title or even a
WWE
championship, to be honest with you. I could see him winning.
Maybe him and just Tommaso coming up and just raising hell, maybe.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm all for a heel DIY return.
We'll see. That could be something coming up.
Maybe that's in the works this weekend.
Roster.
Maybe that's in the works this weekend. Ciampa helps Gargano win the title off Ricochet. Gargano helps Ciampa retain against Aleister Black. We never know.
I could see Gargano helping Ciampa defeat Black. So with that, let's go to that match.
This is another title I don't see changing hands. Tommaso Ciampa will retain against Aleister Black. He has been too good as champion, and I think Aleister Black is getting ready to be called up as well.
Yeah, I think Aleister's ready to be called up. I've known people said he's the next Undertaker. He's not the next Undertaker. He's completely different. He's a completely different entity. He is an entity. He's a fun match, and I like the little take we had with Gargano helping Tommaso beating Aleister Black, and I think that's what's going to happen. I'm all for it. It's going to be the surprise everybody needs, the surprise everybody wants, and then maybe we see some crazy the sit down in the middle of the ring at the Royal Rumble, the crisscross applesauce.
He is the master of the crisscross applesauce. Where do you think he gets that? Do they have applesauce in the Netherlands? I don't know.
All I know is in kindergarten he was probably the best student. Teacher asked him to sit down, crisscross applesauce. He was first one down, first one up, first one down. He was everything. He's a kindergarten protege, and he's not going to be the NXT champion.
He must have been really good in kindergarten. Too bad he just couldn't have been a better NXT champion. Sorry.
Ooh. Hey, maybe he'll be a better WWE champion or something of that sort later in his career.
I could see it, to be honest with you.
We'll see. All right. Anything else you want to say about TakeOver?
No, but let's use that as a nice transition as to who else we think will be surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble men's and women's matches.
Are we just saying people from...
Without further ado, Mike, I'll let you go ahead and rattle off a couple that you think will be in there, and then I'll rattle off a couple I think will be in there.
Are we just going to say NXT people, or are we saying everybody?
No, say everybody. We're going to use this. We'll transition into the main show now.
All right. I'm going to start with an NXT person.
Okay.
Should we start with the men's or women's?
Well, if you take who I think you're about to take from me, my favorite superstar on any wrestling roster, I will actually kill you, but continue.
So you want me to do men's? You want me to start with the men's Royal Rumble?
Sure, Mike, go ahead.
All right. So, we already pointed out, Ricochet could be our first little surprise. We discussed it earlier. Maybe we'll see Ricochet. I liked your points you were bringing up. I know you wanted to talk about someone else, and I didn't want to take that name, so I'm just going to throw Ricochet out there. Go ahead.
All right, well, I'm going to save him for last, so just keep that in mind as you don't steal him. But when we're talking about surprises in the Royal Rumble, what you like to think about mostly is returns, as we alluded to in the beginning of the show with the John Cena return in the, what year Royal Rumble was that, 2005?
8, I think.
8? Okay, well, I'm way off. Anyway, so I think we both mentioned Sami Zayn and or Kevin Owens. I think Sami Zayn is way more likely. I think Kevin Owens is still. I've been hearing things that Kevin Owens is still hurt, and his timetable is taking way longer than they thought it was going to be. So I'm going to say Sami Zayn is a name to look out for, especially.
Hey, buddy, that could be a work. It's WWE. You never know what they're talking about. He could be back in months. He could be back at the Royal Rumble. It could be a work. So I don't know. Royal Rumble season, I always take a grain of salt whenever I hear those rumors. So another work that could potentially be a thing, the Lars Sullivan thing. Triple H had a little press conference call today. He was taking some calls. He was talking about Lars Sullivan. They asked him, what's the deal with Lars Sullivan? Triple H said this: Lars is in a good place. Nothing has really changed. We're moving forward, and you'll know when you see it. There's a lot of speculation and stories about everybody at all times. So who really knows Lars Sullivan? I mean, we've had the promos, the vignettes for weeks. It's probably time for Lars Sullivan, and I can definitely see him at Royal Rumble this weekend.
Yeah, so we obviously talked about this back in, when was that, like November, like right before Survivor Series, when we were like, okay, yeah, they started showing the Lars Sullivan promos, and we were like, there's no way they're going to make us wait all the way until the Royal Rumble. And here we are, like 18 weeks later or something like that, absurd, and we still don't have Lars Sullivan. So, I mean, maybe they were saving it for this all along.
I got one more Lars Sullivan thing. So we'll probably talk John Cena a little bit. You know what? I'm going to talk John Cena later. We'll talk about John Cena later, and I'll get into that later.
We'll talk later. We'll talk.
All right. You want to go? Or you want me to take this one, and then you can get your guy?
What's up?
You want me to take this last one, and then you can take your guy?
Yeah. Go ahead and take this guy, then I'll finish. I'll close it off with a special experience for the viewers.
All right, here we go. Oh, another superstar who we've heard. Oh, I got another one. After this, actually. So anyway, you want me to just do 2 right now?
Yeah, go ahead and do 2.
All right, so one superstar who we've heard was very close to coming back a few weeks ago, maybe a month or 2 ago. He is the Eater of Worlds. He is Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's due back at any time, and I think Bray Wyatt comes back at the Royal Rumble to a very loud ovation, and I can't wait for Bray Wyatt to be there. He might be sporting a new kind of gimmick. Not maybe new, maybe just like tweaked. I'm excited to see Bray. And I got one more. This one, he's been on the shelf for a little bit. He's trying to get back into action. His name is Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy, he could have one of his last final send-offs. Good little Royal Rumble moment for him. Get a good pop, and everyone will love it. And that's my 2 surprises.
That's Matt Hardy's a good one, actually, because I know he's been on Twitter a lot saying, trying to defend himself, almost saying, hey, I'm definitely not retired. So that'd be an interesting one to watch out for sure.
Yeah, all right. Hit him with the last one.
All right, Mike. Are you ready for the experience?
What experience?
The Velveteen Dream experience. DREAM. There is no way that the Velveteen Dream does not make a splash at this year's Royal Rumble. Everyone has been introduced to the young, charismatic, dripping in finesse superstar that is the Velveteen Dream. I think that a lot of his tweets have been cryptic on purpose, and I think that he has been – I don't know that he was aware that he was going to be put in the Rumble, but I think that they kind of saw an opportunity to capitalize on him not being a part of TakeOver this week, and so him not being a part of TakeOver, they're going to throw him in the Royal Rumble match. I definitely see that happening, and I look for him to have a stronger showing than Ricochet, to be honest with you.
I'm so confident that Velveteen Dream is going to be in the Royal Rumble match that if he doesn't show up, I'm going to be heartbroken, and it might ruin the whole match for me. Because I'm going to be waiting for I'm going to wait for the great pants. I don't know what tights he's going to wear. The ensemble he always has, it's going to be great. The entrance, it's going to be electric. The fans are going to go wild. I already know it's going to be fantastic. He's going to have some kind of desert theme. I don't know what he's going to have. But if I don't hear that entrance music, oh man, I'm going to be so sad. And
I'm so glad you said that, because number one, I'd like to point out first and foremost that this is a pro Velveteen Dream podcast. We always have been. We always will be. He will be the champ one day. You heard it here first. However, the entire Royal Rumble, every time the clock goes down, all I'm going to be thinking about is waiting for the Velveteen Dreams music to hit. That's all I'm going to be thinking about. Everyone else is going to be a disappointment until the Dreams music hits. So go ahead and just put him in at number 3 so I can get on with my life. Hey, WWE.
If he's not introduced before number 15, I'm just going to give up. I'm going to give up and hope that the Dream's going to show up.
No, Mike, you can't give up hope.
I can't, because then I'll just be disappointed at the end of the Royal Rumble, and I'm not doing that. I might hold out a little bit of hope, 15 to 20, maybe to 22. But after that, I'm saying, all right, it's time to move on, just so I don't devastate myself. I don't want to heartbreak myself here.
Mike, don't let your dream die.
He's going to be at the top of the roster very soon. I know that, and I'm still confident he's going to be there at the Royal Rumble. There's no way that him not being in TakeOver and then Royal Rumble the same weekend is just a little coincidence. It's not. I know it. Everyone is ready for the Dream. He's going to be there. I don't want to say hopefully. He's there. He's going to be there. He's going to be there.
I agree. I 100% believe it. So now that we are 100% in agreement on that, let's move on to the women.
How about we do this? Let's just do all the men's Royal Rumble stuff, and then we'll go to the women's.
All right, sounds like a plan then. So Mike, let's go to predictions then.
Let's do predictions at the end.
Okay, all right. Well, let's wait then. All right. So who do you think, like, rivalry-wise? There's always like underlying rivalries in the Rumble, Mike. So who do you see like continuing like rivalries in the Rumble, or like starting new rivalries in the Rumble?
Well, the obvious one's got to be Andrade and Rey Mysterio. They had another fantastic match on SmackDown. The 2 out of 3 falls. We really hope they accumulate the rivalry at WrestleMania, the hair versus mask. Oh man, it's not going to happen, but I really want to see it. Who else do you think? I can't really picture anyone right now.
This is something I've kind of noticed over the past couple weeks watching SmackDown Live. I think that Mustafa Ali is going to enter the Royal Rumble, and I think he's going to eliminate Samoa Joe.
That could be a good feud. I think Ali's confirmed for the Royal Rumble, but I could be wrong.
I haven't heard if he's been confirmed or not yet.
I'm not. It doesn't. He's going to be there. I know he's going to be in that. I do like your prediction with him taking out Joe, but another guy he could potentially take out, him and Randy Orton could be set for a feud.
That's true. That's also possible.
So Mustafa Ali, Samoa Joe / Randy Orton. We'll see. We'll follow it. We'll keep an eye. Anybody else?
That was really the only ones that I had.
I got one more, and we're going to segue.
He is confirmed. He is confirmed in the Royal Rumble.
I got one more, and we'll segue into this. So John Cena, there's storyline rumors, real rumors. Who knows? Everyone says it's a storyline rumor. He's got some kind of injury. He might be held out of Royal Rumble. My prediction, we're going to see John Cena taken out backstage by some sort of mystery person. Maybe they just show up. Maybe it's Lars Sullivan. Maybe it's Velveteen Dream.
Oh, the DREAM, yeah.
But I think that's potentially how we start the John Cena WrestleMania feud. And, yeah, I don't think we're going to see John Cena participate in the Royal Rumble, but believe that's how we're going to see him in some sort of capacity at the pay-per-view.
Okay. I like that, actually. I think that's a very smart way to book it. I don't know if that's what they'll do, but I think that's a very smart way to book it. There's always someone that eliminates a lot of people. Who do we think is going to have the most eliminations? I'm very heavily leaning towards the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre.
I want to lean to the Scottish Psychopath, but I don't think that would... If he gets the most eliminations, I'm feeling like he's not going to win then. That's why I'm going to go with someone outside of it. I'm going to think of like a new guy. Another... I guess this could be a surprise. Otis Dozovic. Otis is going to get 7 eliminations.
Oh, yeah, Ducky, yeah.
Maybe 6 eliminations. 6 eliminations. And he's going to have the most eliminations at the Royal Rumble.
Is that the line? Is 6 eliminations for Otis Dozovic?
Oh, no. That's a real high line. I don't even know if he's...
High line. I'm taking the under on that one. Got to take the under.
I don't even know if he's going to be in the match. But another one could be Samoa Joe, who's probably...
Yeah, I see that as definitely a good one to pick.
Big E might be potentially, but you got to think about how many people the New Day can like split between them.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good question. How is Kofi going to make his ridiculous save this year?
Okay, so this is what's going to happen. He's going to be on the apron, and Xavier Woods is trying to wrestle some guy off of him to try and help him. And then Big E tries to help him wrestle him off. But instead, Xavier Woods and Big E push him out. I've been waiting to see this. They're never going to break up, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, the New Day is never going to break up. You will never convince me that the New Day is going to break up. They're an eternal faction.
Hey, dude, everyone knows that Kofi's last match, it's going to be the saddest match. It's going to be Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair-esque, with Big E or Xavier Woods hitting him with some really sad move, saying, "I'm sorry, I love you," and that's going to be the end of Kofi Kingston. Because there's no real good endings in professional wrestling. They're all very sad. You have to go out on a loss. And that's how it is.
Don't make me cry here, Mike. We're doing a show.
Sorry. Truth hurts, dude.
I thought it was very funny when, I don't remember who that dude's name was, came back and asked them while Caleb Braxton was interviewing them, and they all just freaked out on him. Big E was like, "Edge isn't here. Get out of here."
That was really funny. I really enjoyed that. Is Edge here? No. Edge isn't here. Get out of here.
I think they're the most entertaining trio, other than maybe they're the three of the most entertaining people in WWE, except for maybe R-Truth.
Ooh, R-Truth at 30. Maybe he's he's the big winner here. Who knows?
I definitely see. Okay, what are the odds that R-Truth tries to participate? What are the odds that R-Truth that they do the women's match first, and R-Truth actually enters at number 30 in the women's match because he thought that was the match he was supposed to be in?
I hope that doesn't happen. I know it's the R-Truth gimmick, but I really hope that doesn't happen.
I think it'd be hilarious if he went out there and then Carmella came and told him to go back, and that'd be really funny.
It'd be funny, but I don't want to see it. All right, let's close this with our big takes, our hot takes, and then we'll go to predictions.
All right, so a take that I have, I don't think that anything is really going to happen between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
You don't think anything's going to happen?
I don't think anything's going to happen. I think they might have some mild stare-off or anything like that, but I think that if you're talking about major things that are going to happen, I'll quantify it this way. I don't think one of them is going to eliminate the other person.
Okay.
Or cause the other person to get eliminated.
All right, here's my hot take. Kenny Omega will not show up, but we will get a Gilbert-like character of Kenny Omega. His name will be Lenny. What's another Greek name? Greek letter?
Alpha.
No, not Alpha. Lenny Kappa. And Lenny Kappa is going to be this nerdy loser, and he's going to get eliminated so fast. Maybe in AEW, they're going to attack AEW right there. That's not going to happen, but that's my hot take. For sure, Kenny Omega will not be at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
that's not really a hot take.
That's
a pretty cold take.
I agree.
Pretty freezing cold take. I'm actually getting shivers in my bones right now.
Yeah, you look a little cold, Mike. You want to put a sweater on, maybe? Stop putting those ice packs on you. Just turn the heater on. Come on, man.
It actually just started pouring where I'm at, and I'm a little worried. So anyway, Go ahead. Any more takes?
No, that's all I got.
All right, let's do the predictions.
All right. So I think the obvious prediction that I have at least is Drew McIntyre. I think that he's the one who's going to win. And I just think that he's the safest bet in my eyes.
I thought you said you thought Seth Rollins was going to win.
Fuck, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, I was going to take Drew McIntyre. I thought you had Seth.
Okay, well then fuck him. Drew McIntyre, there's no way he's going to win. Seth Rollins is 100% going to win. There's no way that Drew McIntyre could throw Seth Rollins over the top rope. He's too big.
Well, you just kind of threw a hole in my whole system. Because I'm predicting that Drew McIntyre is going to win. And this leads to my other pick later. Finn Balor's going to win tonight. We're going to see Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, for the WWE Universal Championship, where the Demon, he receives his first loss.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I think Finn Balor's getting away from the Demon, to be honest with you.
Nah. He's playing you. He's working you. He's working you like a construction worker, building a house. You're out there doing some carpentry. He's working you. He's working you to the ground. He's doing everything. It's not happening. The Demon's never going away. He loves the Demon.
All right, well, good to know.
I mean, you're just being worked. I don't know what to tell you. Finn Balor's the king of the work.
Apparently so. All right, Mike, let's move on to the women's.
Any other any underdogs?
Not really, to
Dean
be honest with
Ambrose?
you. Someone might come out of the blue and win it, but those are the only two real people I can see winning it.
Dean Ambrose?
No.
Samoa Joe?
Nah.
AJ Styles?
Nah.
Roman Reigns?
No.
He's not
Stop
going to be there.
that.
He won't
Stop
be there.
that.
All right, last one. Undertaker?
No, Mikey, get out of here. Get out. Go and get.
Okay, what about this one? Brock Lesnar wins the Finn Balor match, and then he just decides to win the Royal Rumble also, and he just single-handedly destroys everything.
I'm not even going to legitimize that with a response. We're moving on.
So there's only two clear answers, two clear people we think that will win. That's going to be Drew McIntyre or Seth Rollins.
Yep.
I'm going to take my underdog. I guess it'll be Dean Ambrose. I guess if I have to take one underdog, I'm taking Dean Ambrose.
All right, if you're going to make me pick one, then Samoa Joe, but I don't see it happening at all.
What about Rey Mysterio?
No.
Yeah, that's too far-fetched. All right, let's do the women's.
All right, let's move on to the women. Surprise entrance in the women's match this year, Mike. Who are you seeing?
I'll go with Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella's due for a comeback. She always is big in the women's division. We haven't seen her in a while. I'm going to say Nikki Bella.
That's a good guess. I think she's always a safe bet to show up in most big WWE events.
Mm-hmm.
My pick is actually going to be the former and first NXT UK Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. I love her style, and I think that this is, again, kind of like a Ricochet-esque type thing. This is how they introduce her to the world kind of thing, to the masses, if you will.
I like the Rhea Ripley pick. I know you know I like the Rhea Ripley pick. Maybe we see some other guys from the NXT UK brand in the men's, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe Pete Dunne. The NXT UK champion.
Pete Dunne could potentially be there. We'll see. My other pick, Kairi Sane. I think Kairi Sane might be there.
She was in last year, though, dude.
I know, but they've got a lot of spots, and I don't know what they're going to do with Kairi Sane right now in the NXT brand. So, hey, move her to WWE. Raw or SmackDown.
I don't know.
All right, who else? Anybody else?
That's all I've really got.
I think I had one more. Well, I said Shayna Baszler. I think we talked a little bit about that on the NXT preview.
I don't really see her showing up, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Potentially. It's the Royal Rumble. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. That's why we love it. Hey, Mike, we live for this.
This is why I chose to be a blogger. This is why I dropped out of school. I quit everything because I wanted to be the wrestling blogger powerhouse that we are. I never dropped out of school. That was a lie.
The sports entertainment industry.
That was a lie. I'm still in school, being normal.
I dropped out, but after I got my degree, so.
Yeah, that's dropping out. All right. What's the next part?
Let's go on to the women's match then.
Well,
oh my goodness.
We're in the women's match currently, but yeah, what's the next thing we're going to talk about? What's next on the prompt?
Let's talk about the same thing we talked about in the guys, the rivalries that we think will be kind of escalated / explored further in the women's Royal Rumble match.
All right. Well, we had the Monday Night Raw segment with Alexa Bliss, who I am pumped to see coming back. I am amped. I popped. I'm going to pop when I hear that music. Alexa Bliss versus Lacey Evans. That's going to be the start of something new. We're going to see that probably escalate to WrestleMania. I want to say one more thing about Alexa Bliss. There were some people who were like, well, Alexa should have been saved for a surprise entrance. I think Alexa puts asses in the seat. You got to get Alexa Bliss pumped up now. Everyone's going to be pumped. Gets more hype about the big event, you know?
As much as I love, surprise pops in the Royal Rumble for people returning and all that kind of thing, I actually 100% agree with you. Her name recognition adds a lot of legitimacy to the Rumble, and like you said, it puts asses in seats. I also agree with you that I think she and Lacey Evans would put on a spectacular program together. So I think that is a great way to go for that. Also, lest we not forget about the Naomi/Mandy Rose saga that has yet to be concluded. I foresee that playing a significant part in the Rumble at some point in time.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Something's going to happen there. That's definitely the Seth Dean thing, but you don't think Seth Dean are going to meet. I think for sure Naomi and Mandy are going to have a big thing where it leads to Naomi throwing Mandy Rose over the top. No doubt in my mind. The good guy, I want to say good guy, I didn't want to say good girl. It just sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, it sounds a little naughty if we're being honest.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to... the good wrestler? I don't know. None of it sounds right. The good guy.
Person, a decent human being.
I'm saying the good guy as in any person. The good guy finally gets over on the bad guy. It's going to happen.
Homo sapien, if you will.
Naomi's going to get over on Mandy. I did notice this on the other day. Mandy Rose has this cool little... her and Sonya, they try donuts on YouTube. Pretty interesting little show if you like donuts.
I do like donuts.
Check it out. Mandy Rose and Sonya's show. I don't know what it's called. Check it out. Look it up. I'm sure you can find it. All right. Any other ones? Or are we going to the hot takes?
Well, that's all I had. We'll go to... We already kind of mentioned the Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose split, didn't we?
Not really, no. We'll put that in the hot takes. Let's put that in the hot takes. So hot takes, here we go.
All right, well, hot takes then. Number one, Nikki Cross is going to be booked the strongest in this entire Royal Rumble.
I can see her having a lot of eliminations, and I like that. I think Nia Jax is always going to be in there for being the most dominant. We'll see. I think Nia Jax and, gosh, I always forget her name. Tamina, yeah. Tamina are going to have some sort of scuffle, some sort of split where one eliminates the other. And then I guess maybe we see the Mandy-Sonya split. They tried to do it earlier in the year. Was it? When was that Battle Royal? Evolution. So maybe. I don't know. I'm not really buying it because I feel like they would have went all into it earlier then. I know they've had their little talks on SmackDown, a few little stuff that seems it could be going the wrong way, but I don't see it. All right, you got any more takes, or should we predict this one?
Let's go ahead and predict it, Mike.
All right, here we go. Well, clear pick's got the big pick's got to be Charlotte because she's the big name in the event right now. She's getting the most attention. She's the most popular. So Charlotte's going to be one of those big picks.
I think that Charlotte is the safest pick. Probably that's the money pick if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't convince me that if Becky Lynch does not win back her title at the Royal Rumble against that dope Asuka, the man will enter and win the Royal Rumble. Mark my words.
I agree with that. I guess my underdog pick would be Carmella, maybe Alexa Bliss. I don't know. That's my underdog pick.
See both of those. I think Alexa having the distinctions in her career that she already has, winning the Royal Rumble, only the second one ever, would not be out of the question for her. I actually kind of agree with you on that one.
I would like to see Becky win the championship, and then Alexa chooses to go at Becky.
I'm still.
I know you want the Ronda, but that would be my.
I'm still all for a Ronda Becky program, though. I don't. That is my ultimate goal. That's what I want.
All right. Okay. Other underdog I have Ruby Riott. I've seen a lot of people writing about this one. They seem to have some hopes on Ruby Riott. I don't see her winning. I think she's gonna have a good night, but it's not her time yet. It's just the top of the women's division. It's pretty settled. It's those top three girls: Charlotte, Ronda, Becky, and then it goes Alexa Bliss,
Asuka.
How
dare you? How dare you?
Sorry. So I was thinking about the Royal Rumble match. I forgot about Asuka completely.
Well, Ronda's the champ, and you put her. Never mind. I'm not dealing with you right now.
I'm sorry. Asuka's up there. She's in that second tier with Alexa Bliss.
All right. Are we done with the Royal Rumbles?
Yeah. Well, who do you think's gonna win? Who's your pick?
Becky. I already told you, Becky Lynch.
I guess my pick's Charlotte. With Alexa being my underdog pick. Who's your underdog pick?
I'm gonna say Ronda Rousey.
Okay. One other person I want to say, I bet Ember Moon has a really great showing at the Royal Rumble. She'll probably be the longest in there. She'll have a good one.
I hope she does. She had a pretty impressive showing last year. So
Yeah. All right. And that was her debut, wasn't it?
that was her debut on the for the Rumble was last year.
All right.
She was the NXT champion last year when she made her entrance.
I think the longest in there is either going to be Charlotte, Naomi, or Ember.
I think it'll probably be Ember Moon.
Yeah, it's a safe bet. All right, let's move on to the match card. Who do you want to start with?
Shoot, let's just start from the bottom right here with the cruiserweights and head up.
Okay. So we got Buddy Murphy versus Hideo Itami, Akira Tozawa versus Kalisto. I think this is a pretty safe bet who we're going to pick.
Yeah, I think there's no way that Buddy Murphy loses his title against these bunch of bums.
Hey, none of them are bums.
Kalisto can't even take the time to be on 205 Live. He's too busy cheating his way to win matches with his Lucha House Party brethren on Monday Night Raw. He hasn't been putting in the work studying film tape. No way that's going to fly against Buddy Murphy. Murphy retains easily.
I agree.
I'm going to take it even a step further. I'm going to take it a step further. Kalisto takes the fall as well.
Ooh, okay. I did like Daniel Bryan putting over Hideo Itami on Twitter the other day, talking about their match they had way back when. Hideo Itami caught him in the ear. I guess he can't hear out of his left ear. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
He can't even go underwater. I'm not 100% sure if it's true, but I mean,
I don't think that's true. But who knows with Daniel Bryan?
He might have some slight hearing problems out of his left ear now.
Yeah, honestly, who knows at this point?
All right, let's go to the next one. We go to the United States Championship. Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This one's kind of lost a little bit of heat, I would say, over the last few weeks.
I would actually agree with you. I felt it was very hot about 2 weeks ago, and then the past 2 weeks, they haven't really done anything with it, and it's cooled off quite a bit. And I think that's kind of why it's on the kickoff show. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say that I think that this is one Rusev wins fairly easily.
I wouldn't say easily. I think they do have a good match, but Rusev does retain. And then I don't know what's next for the King of Strong Style. I don't know. We'll see what Nakamura does. He's kind of in no man's land.
That's true.
All right. So Rusev. Wow, we're going great here. Let's do Shane and The Miz versus The Bar.
Okay. Let me put it this way to you. The NFL has a better chance of overturning the heinous lack of a pass interference call in the NFC divisional or championship round playoffs between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams than Shane and The Miz do of dethroning The Bar as tag team champions.
I kind of think Shane and The Miz are going to win.
I think you're wrong, and I hope you like owing me money because that's what's going to happen.
I don't know. I guess they want to do Shane versus The Miz at WrestleMania, which I don't want to see. Don't want to see it at all.
I don't know that I like that match, if we're being honest.
I don't think anyone's really that excited for that match. I think they're going to let Shane and Miz run with it for a little bit, and I think we're going to see the upset. I think they got something brewing here. We're going to see something sneaky here. Miz and Shane, they're going to win.
I agree that I think there's probably going to be something that's a little bit of a twist in this match, but I still think The Bar retains.
All right. Do you think we see Shane doing some Shane-O stuff?
Maybe he might. He probably, dude. He always does. He's always good for a spot or two.
I mean, this is just a regular.
Stop. You're like 50.
This is just a regular tag team match. I don't know if he's gonna have that spot, so we'll see.
Dude, I don't know. He's Shane O'Mac, dude.
We'll see. All right. So that's the first one we disagree on. Well, yeah, we picked differently. So here we go. Next we got. Let's do
AJ versus Daniel Bryan.
Okay. Well, I think this one's kind of easy.
Actually, let's do this. Let's do Asuka versus Becky Lynch.
Let's do AJ Daniel Bryan because I think that one's easier to call.
Okay. I think Daniel Bryan definitely retains.
I also think Daniel Bryan definitely retains. He's been phenomenal on the mic. I kind of like where AJ's coming from, doing the new thing. He's just more aggressive, coming at him. I like it. It's a good feud. It's not moving the needle for me to speak, but I like both the characters. I like what Daniel Bryan's doing the most. He's one of the best. I think he's the best male wrestler currently in the company, and he's the most over male wrestler in the company. So I'm going Daniel Bryan.
I don't know if he's the most over, and I don't know that he's the best, but I think he has the best character going for him right now.
Who's more over?
I think Rey Mysterio is more over than he is right now, if we're being honest with each other.
Ooh. Okay.
That's okay. If that's me trying to tell you how many people I think are more over than Daniel Bryan right
I disagree. I think he's the most popular act right now.
He's very over, but I don't know that he's the most over superstar in the company.
The most a male superstar.
I don't even know that he's the most over male superstar in the company.
All right. If, the only other guy I could say would be like Finn Balor.
Seth Rollins.
Maybe Seth.
The fact that you have to like question it, or you could question it, means he's not the most over person in the company.
I think he is, but whatever.
Okay.
Whatever, dude. Daniel Bryan's gonna win. We know that.
All right. Well.
Let's do another easier one to predict. We think it's gonna be easy to predict. Ronda versus Sasha. Oh man, I forgot. I wanted to say Bayley was one of my underdog picks because they want to do something with Sasha versus Bayley, but
Harry the Hugger would be very happy with that pick.
Yeah, Harry would be pumped. So Sasha versus Ronda Rousey. I bet we're both going to predict Ronda. Can you turn down my volume on your side? Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Thank you, sir. I think we know who we're going to pick here. We're going Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, we're going Ronda Rousey.
Sasha, go ahead.
The only problem I really have is that Ronda Rousey has already cost Becky Lynch the SmackDown Women's title. And so I feel like the logical thing here is for Becky to now cost Ronda the Raw Women's title. That being said, I don't know how that's all going to play out. So I'm going to take the safe bet and say Ronda retains versus Sasha.
I mean, yeah, that is a safe bet. I like where your head's at. I mean, I think the match is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be excellent. I think this is going to be Ronda's best match.
I agree with you. I think this is going to be Ronda's best match to date.
All right. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, that's all I've got for that one. I think. Yeah. Actually, I would like to add something. I don't think Ronda makes Sasha submit. I think that Sasha gets pinned, and it's Ronda's first pinfall victory, not submission victory.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's do Asuka versus Becky.
Let's do it.
All right. It's so hard to pick against Becky Lynch, but
It's
Asuka
so hard to pick
just
against Becky Lynch,
got the
but I'm
title.
not picking against. I'm not picking against Becky Lynch. I'm picking for Becky Lynch totally because she's going to enter the Royal Rumble and win. So Becky's not going to win this one. It's a minor setback for a major comeback.
All right. I just came up with my theory right here. Asuka's going to win. Becky's going to be in the Royal Rumble. We're getting a dual winner. Becky and Charlotte eliminate each other. At the end, if they're both going to touch the floor, their feet are both going to touch the floor same time. 2 winners. That's my prediction.
I don't know that I agree with that, but okay. It's interesting.
They've done it before, and I think they'll do it again. Lex Luger, Bret Hart.
Okay. All right.
And I think that's one way they can set this up, the triple threat.
They've already had the triple threat, though, at TLC, and it was the best match of the year.
Well, I'm saying this is how they set it up. They haven't done the triple threat
They don't need another one, though.
They haven't done the triple threat with Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte.
Oh, you think they both... Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I see what you're saying now. I was thinking that they would challenge Asuka, but you think they challenge Ronda. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. I agree with that. That's a good way to do that.
Yeah, I know. I'm basically a writer, basically a creative member of WWE.
Hire him, WWE.
All right.
Let's move on to the Universal Championship, the last one of the card. Brock Lesnar and Finn Balor.
Brock Lesnar.
I think we're divided on this one.
We are. I know I'm going Finn Balor. I think the Demon does make an appearance, and I think he slays the Giant. They're going David Goliath. You never pick against David. You can't pick against David. I know if Paul Heyman didn't read the Bible, but I've skimmed through the Bible, and I know David wins.
I mean, yeah, Paul Heyman could sell ice to an Eskimo, but I still don't think that I don't know. I just don't see Finn Balor winning. I think that there's truth behind the words of Vince McMahon, going out and kind of chastising, saying that he doesn't really believe in Finn Balor. I think that that's not coming from a place of, hey, let's do this because it'll be funny. That's coming from a, hey, I actually kind of believe this, and I think that Brock Lesnar's going to retain.
What if Vince screws over Finn?
Oh my God!
And then
Vince screws
Finn,
over
and then
Finn.
Finn gets into the Royal Rumble.
That's too much. That's too much.
Vince screws over Finn. Finn gets into the Royal Rumble. Finn wins the Royal Rumble. Gets the rematch. Not going to happen. Maybe happens. Who knows? Probably not.
That's too much. I don't like it.
But I think Finn, I what you just said about Vince not believing him, that's one of those storylines they like to push, and they really want to sell him as the underdog. And they've pushed him pretty hard these last 2 weeks. I'm in on Finn. I think Finn Balor is going to beat Brock. We're going to have a new Universal Champion. Finn Balor will be the 2-time Universal Champ.
Wow. All right. Heard it here first, folks.
All
right, that's all we got.
All right. Anything else? Any other hot takes?
I got nothing. We'll put out our little graphic on Saturday afternoon with Mike and I's picks for the NXT Takeover Phoenix, and then on Sunday afternoon before the pre-show starts with our picks for the Royal Rumble, and we will, as usual, have our wager on there, so y'all will get to follow along with us on that. That'll be on our Twitter at TablesTLP. So if you aren't following it, make sure you fix that post haste. Mike, what else you got for the nice people out there?
Yeah, I think that's it. I might post a drinking game. You can follow along with us on our Twitter page at TablesTLP. It'll be fun. You can drink with us Sunday night. It's Royal Rumble. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Then we're gonna have our traditional show after it, our recap. We'll be having the takes. We'll be live tweeting it the whole event. We'll be live tweeting Takeover. Yeah, I think that's it. Did I miss anything?
No, that's it. Yeah, just make sure to follow along for our picks on our pick graphics that we post during the day of Saturday and Sunday of Takeover and Royal Rumble, respectively. Be sure you're following our Twitter account at TablesTLP so you don't miss out on those and our live tweets.
Hey, what's our bet going to be this week?
To be determined. We haven't made one yet.
I thought we had a good idea of a few times ago.
Which one?
We had an idea. I can't remember what it was.
We'll get back to y'all. We're not going to waste your time here bickering about this like little children.
All right. Sorry, guys.
Top guys out.
Top beef out.
Top beef out. Fuck.
Hey, man, don't curse at the end of the show.